Hi, my name is Leah Day, and today I'd like to share with you a little bit about my brand new Craftsy class, Free Motion Fillers Volume 2. In this class, we're going to learn another set of 50 designs. That's a lot of designs to pack into one class, but we're going to learn all of them stitched out into a tote bag. This is a really big tote bag. I think you can probably see just how big it is, and it's got this nice side strap that makes it even wider. And when I was on the set of Craftsy, my producer Alyssa started putting yarn in the bag to try and stand it upright. And she was using just the yarn on the set, trying to fill it up, and she kept putting more and more and more yarn until she filled it up completely. That used all the yarn that was available on the set just to stand the bag up, and that is a lot of yarn. So it holds an enormous amount. It's a really cool project if you're needing a big tote. You could put a quilt in this. It's that big. And the really nice thing though, it's not so big that it's going to be an obnoxious project to quilt on your domestic sewing machine. It's a small enough panel. It's about, whenever we're quilting it, it's going to be about a 20-inch panel. And that's going to be really nice because it's going to still give you that control under the machine. You're going to be dealing with a big bulky project. Another way that this class is different is that we are going to be learning these designs on a smaller scale. And let me show you what this is going to look like. Smaller scale means that the lines of quilting are going to be closer together, so the design is going to end up being a little bit more dense. Well, the big thing that a lot of people don't like about that is it's going to make the quilt stiff. But since we're working on a tote bag, that's actually what you want. You want the sides and the strap to be stiff so it stands upright. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and the reason why I decided to do it on such a dense scale is so you would get the most number of repetitions, the most number of repeats of those designs in the smallest amount of space. So you're not going to waste any fabric. You're really going to get the most bang for your buck, stitching on a small scale on a very fun small project. Now, a little bit of the details, extra stuff that I've added to the class to make it even more educational and hopefully answering even more questions about free motion quilting. We're going to talk about scale, about the effects of different sizes of designs on the surface of your quilt. We're also going to talk about thread color, and I'm going to show you kind of how I figure out what thread color to use at any particular time. Of course, for videos, I mostly stitch in white thread, but there's a lot of different options, and really the only way to know what you're going to get is to test it, so that way you know what your thread's going to look like on the surface of the quilt. We also are going to work through something I call the thread break cheat sheet. I know free motion quilting can be a challenge to get into, and one of the hardest things, at least for me in the beginning, was why my thread was breaking, understanding what was going on. Why does it continue to break and shred? And so if you work through the thread break cheat sheet, which is included in the class, hopefully that's going to help you see exactly what's going on with your machine and be able to diagnose that problem so you can fix it and keep quilting. At the end of the class, we're going to put the whole tote bag together, so you don't have to worry about being left with an unfinished project. The pattern is included with the class, so it's going to walk you through really from beginning to end, and you're going to end up with a great finished project. But don't feel like that you actually have to do the tote bag. If you're not interested in making a tote bag, if that's not the project for you, I have a lot of students that don't follow along with the project that the class is centered around. They stitch out small squares, they stitch out the designs in a project that they're already working on, and that is just fine. What I love about teaching on Craftsy is the connection with students. You know, I can go to my local quilt shop and teach a class and it be a 6-hour class. There's a limit though of how much I can teach physically because I get tired, and there's a limit to how much my students can listen and learn because there's a limit to how much your brain can take in any particular day. Craftsy allows me to teach everything, all the information I want to give you all in one go, and I don't have to worry about overwhelming you because you can always stop, take a few days to stitch something out, play with the designs, work through at your own pace, and I'll always be there whenever you're ready to learn the next step or to review a step that you've already learned. Once you sign up for a Craftsy class, you own it forever, so you're never going to lose access. And anytime that you have an issue, a question, all you have to do is get on the platform and post your question. that's me answering all those questions. So for me, it's really nice to be able to connect with my students, to be able to see those questions, answer them as quickly as I can. And I answer that every single day. So you're never going to be waiting around for a week to get your question answered. So I hope that answers a few of your questions about Volume 2. We're going to work on this amazing tote bag and learn 50 designs. Now, are these designs brand new? I kind of looked at the list and I'm thinking there's maybe 10 designs that were not posted ever to the Free Motion Quilting Project. But the really cool thing, and this is another thing I love about Craftsy, this class is designed to be definitely work through step by step, meaning we're going to start with overlapping designs, then we're going to learn foundational designs, then go into edge to edge to center, and finish up with stem center designs. You're going to learn 10 designs for each family, so it's going to be a lot more logical progression. You know, on the Free Motion Quilting Project, my blog, I'm kind of all over the place. I post whatever I feel like, whenever I feel like it. And it's great because, you know, you get a lot of inspiration, but it doesn't always connect and make sense in a logical way, in a kind of more of a step-by-step way. So that's what I love about Craftsy. Putting together these classes, I work hard to make it logical, to make it step-by-step. So that way you can go from pretty much A to B and understand what you're doing and understand how all of these designs relate and how you can build off of that. Come up with new designs. Take these designs and expand them. Put them in other quilts. The point really is just to get you quilting amazing designs on your quilts and finishing them yourself in free motion on your domestic sewing machine. You know, that is my #1 goal as a teacher, to give you these tools and resources so that way you can go home or be in your studio even working on this and becoming a better quilter. So that's it for this little informative video about this new class. I really hope that you will sign up and join me. You can actually sign up for 50% off if you follow the link craftsy.com/fillersvolume2. And that link is going to give you 50% off your enrollment. So it's a great deal and I can't wait to see you in class. My name is Leah Day, and until next time, let's go quilt.